Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Once again, outstanding guests. We have Katia Jordan here and the mother, Angel, and an old standby, Dr. Williams. Now, what we're going to start with Katia's mother. Angel, tell us, how did you get Katia involved in tennis? Did she? We saw a shot of her and her dad and everything. I mean, just give us some information.
Well, she started playing when she saw Venus playing in a championship tournament on television when she was about 5.
Is that right?
When Katia was about 5, and it's sad. It's not sad, but she said she wins that much money. She said, I need to be playing
That was
tennis.
the motivation, huh?
The motivation was the fat check.
The fat check.
The fat check. So
all of us are motivated by that.
So then we took out into the driveway and she hit the ball, and then we proceeded to the local tennis courts, and then the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, Katia, tell us, what were you thinking when you decided to get into the tennis sport?
Well, at first, my first thought was I need to win all of that money. But I actually started to grow a passion for tennis, and so the rest is history, and now I'm still trying to aspire to get where Venus is right now and possibly do more than what she's doing. So,
well, give us a little background on some of the tournaments you participated in and one of the finest one that you remember.
Well, when I was around 14, I did a lot of ITF circuit tournaments, which is international tournaments, and I've done tournaments in St. Lucia, St. Vincent, most of the islands, and Trinidad.
Oh, wow. You're a world traveler then.
Yes.
Huh? Oh,
but my most memorable tournament was recent. It's called the American Tennis Association Tournament. And I won it, and I was the girls 18s champion. And
the girl 18 champion?
Yes. And
where was it? Where was that?
It was in Florida.
In Florida, okay.
Right. And the previous winners were Arthur Ashe, Zena Garrison, Leslie Allen, and
that's
a
some
few
company
others.
to be in.
Yes, I'm so honored.
All right. So, in deciding the field of tennis, just how did you feel that this would really be the thing that you want to do in life, you know, and choosing a sport?
Well, I guess tennis kind of chose me. I just like playing it. I love sports. I just love sport, any kind of sport. And tennis, I just happen to be really good at it.
Do you practice on your mom and dad?
Yes, I practice with my parents. They help me, and they still tell me, Katia, you need to get up on the ball. Katia, you need to serve this way. They're always in my corner.
Yeah, but there's a time when they used to beat you all the time.
Yes.
But now you changed that, haven't you?
Yes.
When they come out there, I know I do the same thing with my kids and grandkids, basketball. You know, when they're young, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I'd take them to the hoop, jack them up and everything, but not now.
No, I can't handle her.
I can't
handle it.
You
No.
can't stay with her now.
No,
right?
I can't. I can't get her serve back for the most part, but I can. Her serve is too fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite attack when you're in a match? What do you try? The long shots, the drop shots, just what is your strategy generally?
Well, my strategy is to work myself up at the net. I like to hit corner to corner and then come to the net and hit a volley or overhead. I like to be kind of aggressive, sort of Serena style of play.
Oh, Serena style.
Yes.
Well, you talk about her aggressive, she's aggressive.
Yes, but put my own little flavor in it, a little bit of Katia.
Okay, now, the other thing in every sport is conditioning. What do you do to stay in shape?
Well, I actually box quite a few.
Box?
Yes.
Watch out, Mom.
I box a lot to keep my endurance up, and I run a lot. In the morning, I may run a few miles, and I do a lot of physical training, basically some of the things that football players, a regiment for them. So I do a lot of different cross training as well.
Mm-hmm.
to incorporate.
And you build up your stamina.
Yes.
That's the main thing in tennis. You know, I
Yeah.
get tired.
Right.
You know, just going across the
plays
court.
basketball.
Is that when you run out of gas, you know what I mean? Then you don't have the power. You don't have the concentration as far as your opponent is concerned.
Yes.
You know, then the strategy. What do you think of all the stars that you've met in the world of tennis? Which one impressed you most?
Well, they all impressed me, but Venus, since I saw her, she's the one who made me want to play tennis. So when I met her, it was just a dream come true, basically. And it was the day before my birthday. So
What was that on birthday?
My birthday was July 6th, and I met her July 5th.
No kidding.
So it was like an early birthday
Terrific.
present.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
So did you beat Venus for your birthday?
Well, I tried to beat up on her a little bit, but I stayed conservative. But we didn't really play any points. We just hit around, and she talked to me, and she said, "I love your volleys," and I was like,
Is that
"Oh,
right?
Venus said."
Great.
So that was nice. She gave me a lot of input.
So when is your next tournament?
Well, I'm maybe around a month or so.
A month?
I've been training. Right now I'm training, just trying to get myself in shape.
Where do you train?
I train locally near my house, and then for conditioning, I may train at Merit Athletics Place.
Where?
At a conditioning place called Merit.
Oh, I see. Oh, and in your training, what's the most important part? Is that the strength training or just the training for, maintaining your breath? You know?
Actually, the most important training is the mental part.
Oh.
Cause
See,
without,
who you meeting, huh? You
Yes.
study your opponent.
yes.
Right.
Studying your opponent and making sure that I'm prepared for my matches. I mean, conditioning and practicing, that's all great, but if you're not mentally prepared, it doesn't really flow the way you want it to flow. So I try to work on my mentally getting prepared, maybe do some yoga to relax and calm down. Yes.
I see. And Angel, you get involved in that too?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You started off, huh?
Yeah. Every day we're hitting. I hit with her. Sometimes my husband coaches. My husband is a basketball coach in the PE field, so he's.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You can't let up then.
No.
You don't get a break.
No.
when she was born, she was ready for the gym.
She's ready for the gym. Yeah. With that environment.
Yes.
I can imagine.
So I stay in shape a little bit by keeping up with her and focusing on. I focus on the school, on her education, and
Great.
my husband focuses on her tennis. We both focus on tennis, but I focus more on the education part.
Okay.
And she's
education part. That's a good thing. Tell us a little bit about. You know, you can't play tennis when you get 70. So you gotta pick a alternate career. You know, so when you get over 21, you can play. You know, see, right now you figure you can play till you're 90. You know what I mean? That's how you feel. But old father time gets a hold to you. You know what I mean? And you have to decide what career.
We actually see a lot of elderly people just playing. People say that tennis is a sport where you can play it no matter how old you are. So, but my alternative after tennis, I plan to get my degree in college for like sports management and also
sports management. Hey,
yes.
That's my grandson is majoring down in Kentucky. He's majoring in sports management.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
Great.
We may have to contact him.
Yeah, all right. He's in his second year at University of Kentucky.
Okay.
All right, now, what we're going to talk about now is Dr. Williams Association, and you're homeschooled too, right? Okay. Dr. Williams, give us some ideas of what are you going to present to Mrs. Jordan here.
Well, I'm so pleased to be here. We met Mrs. Jordan and her daughter some months ago when she was seeking some assistance in mathematics as for a part of her homeschooling program. And of course, Dr. Mary Johnson, my wife, is a
Hey,
mathematician
number
who
one.
came to the rescue. And
Right.
I came to the rescue in terms of developing verbal skills. And I would often talk to the young lady sitting next to me and their mother, long conversations about academics. And they impressed me so that I decided that what I'd like to do is to make a presentation to them and make this presentation today. The presentation that I'd like to make to Mrs. Jordan is, it's a reading thing. Help your child understand. Now, Mrs. Jordan is a good mother, athletically and academically, and I know that she would use this book to help the daughter do better with the verbal skills. So I'd like to present this book to you now, Mrs. Jordan.
Thank you.
And for you, I'd like to present a book as well. And the book, one of my most famous books, is Words, Cross and Across. Word search on Barack Obama. I want you to have this book. I want you to use it. I want you to develop your verbal skills so that the next time that I see you, I'll ask you about your tennis, but you know I'm going to ask you about your words as well. I don't know all these words. So I want you to take this book and use it. Use it with mom, use it with dad, and use it with other children. Words, cross and across. Word search on Barack Obama. Okay?
you.
Now,
Thank you.
I'm going to send to Dad a book, Words, Cross and Across, Word Search on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He can use this, Mrs. Jordan, at home as well as with the students in his school. This is for you.
Oh, okay.
And
Katia.
this book, You Are Special, A Child's Guide for Successful Living. We consider Katia
Katia.
very, very, very special. My wife talks about her all the time and talks about what a great math student she has been. So we want her to have this. Now, she doesn't need everything in here because this is a book on the 10 Commandments. But I think that we all need to focus on the 10 Commandments today, particularly during this political going on, because some of us are not following the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. We're seeing a lot of this going on now. So you take this, and if you can't use it, then give it to a young child in your neighborhood who may be going astray when it comes to the 10 Commandments.
Okay, that's fantastic.
you.
Katia, one last thing before we go to the break here. We have an attenuation of the show. What do you think of Dr. Johnson as she's tutoring you in mathematics? Give us your opinion about it.
Oh, I love Dr. Johnson. Without her, she's made me so confident in math. When I started, I hated math, and I just didn't like it. And now, that's all I want to do is math. She's made me so confident, and I just owe a lot to her.
Well, thank you. Now, the reason I asked her about it, because, you know, I talked about it, it's been a couple of years about Dr. Johnson's ability to make youngsters love mathematics. And Katia is an excellent example. This is her testimony about Dr. Johnson. She's done such a beautiful job. We'd like to honor her too, boy, I tell you, because she's fantastic. And once again, I want to congratulate you, and I want a championship. I want to go to a championship now.
Okay.
Let me know, really. And okay, see you in a second. Hi, welcome back to Ed Brown Show. I mean, we got, sounds like a poet to me. We got a young lady here that wrote this book, and I'm telling you, this poetry is in. Don't go anywhere now, because you don't want to miss that. She's going to read some of this poetry. I'd like to welcome Gillie Haynes.
Thank you very much.
How you doing, Gillie?
I am wonderful, absolutely fabulous.
You're fabulous, I tell you. That name is, you were telling me about Gillie, you know, how parents put that on you.
Yes, it's a name that came from an older family member, one of my grandfather's sisters years ago.
Right.
And
very unique.
yes, it is. I don't think I really appreciated the name until I realized as I got older that everyone didn't have
Hey,
the name.
not like that.
So you have to also be careful to say, well, no, it was the other one. It wasn't the other one. It was you, because you were the only one in the room with that name. So I had to learn to be careful with that.
Welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Brown.
I'm telling you, you know, this is fabulous. Sounds like a poem to me. Tell me about it. How did you get involved with poetry?
My earliest memory of poetry, I believe I was about 9 years old when I really started to focus and realize that.
Did you start with onesie, twosie, threesie, foursie?
Not really. We were reading poems at school, and I was fascinated by the combination and the phrases that were in the poetry and how it just seemed to make the rhythm, that there was a dancing of the words, and I just really liked that. And so went home and tried to create my own and really got involved in it, and always wrote my entire life.
Is that right?
Yes, I've always written. Even though I worked in communications, I still always worked to write my own poetry.
Congratulations.
And thank you.
That's terrific talent.
Thank you very much.
Poetry, because from what I hear, and you're going to tell us about it, is that poetry always has a message.
Always has a message.
And it gives you message if you read it and you analyze it, you come up with the meaning. You know what I mean? It doesn't go directly to it. It eases up on the problem.
You know, I hear that a lot, and I also hear that a poet's work is left up to individual interpretation.
Right.
That other people can read your work, and you may think it meant one thing when you were writing it because of whatever your experiences were at the time, and someone else can read it or hear it and think it means something totally different to them. And that's always good, because I think it should inspire. At least that's what I would like my words to do, is to be inspiring, encouraging, you know, and provide humor. And I have a piece in here that's funny, and I'll share that as well. But I just think it should encourage people. And as I was saying to you earlier, a lot of times people will decide, oh, no, I shouldn't do that, or I don't have time to do that, or whatever that is that they wanted to do. But I'm asking people, don't abandon your dreams. Don't abandon your own desire to do something for yourself, or something you've always wanted to do, because it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what space or time in life.
Right.
You still have time to do it.
That's it.
It's never too late. So you have to do that. So if anything that people get from this, if it's just to be inspired to go and fulfill their own desires. Encouragement, yes.
In other words, don't say die. Don't quit.
Don't quit.
That's one of my things. Don't quit. Don't quit. In my office, I have a big says, don't quit no matter what.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and really, that's so very important. And the day and time, you know what I mean, is that especially with the youngsters and even with the seniors too.
Oh, yes.
Because see, they're in a phase too. They have to be boosted up to continue, you know, what they're doing. Don't get tired. Don't quit. You know what I mean? Do it anyway. You know what I mean? No matter what it was or what you want it to be, it encourages the person to continue to give back to the society.
Right, and you never know when you're sharing your message of how you got past a situation in your life, how inspiring that can be and encouraging to other people. And so you need to share it. You need to share it.
Okay, give us an example of something.
Would you like to hear something from the book?
Yes, we'd like to hear something.
All right, there's this first piece I'll do.
Here we have Gillie Haynes.
Thank you. This first piece is called The Quest. In my quest to keep the flowing smooth, I've lost a piece somewhere, and I suspect to get it back will take an awesome dare. I dare to dream in vivid reds and yellows that do glow. I seem to dream in cooler blues where raspy trumpets blow. In this space I find that I can dare to take the lead, for in my search for life, I found my blood does flow indeed. Yes, I will dare to dream in reds, and I'll keep a patch of blue, for now I know I need the bright and a little coolness too.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Should I continue
with
something else? Now, this piece, I always tease my sister because...
You can give us background on
I'm going to do that, right. This piece is called In Your Business. And I always tease my sister because I say to her, you have some very nosy relatives. And she said, I have nosy relatives. I said, yes, you have some very nosy relatives. They need to know everything about your business and without sharing anything of theirs. But there may be other people who feel the same way, that they know people in their lives, friends, who just always have a fascination with other news, someone else's news and information. So this is called In Your Business. I'm always looking out the window and trying hard to see. Whatever's going on out there, it's just so interesting to me. I'm trying to get my angle right. My view is almost clear. But now they closed the window and they made it hard to hear. If I could just get closer, no telling what I'll find. I can see a little something, but now they closed the blind. I'll pretend to lose my interest, and maybe they won't know that I've moved a little closer just to get a better show. You think that I'm embarrassed? Oh no, honey. Intrigue has such appeal. There's nothing more exciting, and your business is ideal. I've come up with an angle. How brilliant is my mind. I'll get myself some wire, and I'll tap into their line. Well, it started as a whisper, and then the talk was clear. My name was mentioned several times. I couldn't believe my ear. The nerve of certain people. They don't know my family tree. They need to tend to their own business and leave the talking it to me.
I need that one.
Well, you have it in your book.
Right.
You have it in your book. So many people say that. They say, "Oh, I have someone I need to buy that and give it to somebody," right? Because I know people like that already. But I think we all know someone that reminds us of.
Right.
So, so if it can be inspiring, then let it be that. And you were asking me before about the title.
Yes.
And how I decided on that. Well, the title
sounds like a poem to me.
Is actually the title of one of the pieces in the book.
Is that?
And this particular piece was written because I was trying to be encouraging to myself and to other people. Because sometimes we need to be reminded that we're okay, no matter what's going on, or no matter what has happened, we're still okay, and we can make things work for ourselves. So this piece, and just to keep moving. Keep moving, no matter what it looks like, how it sounds. So this is called Sounds Like a Poem to Me. Moving just among the shadows in the twinkling of an eye, in the moment that I thought I really saw you walking by. Is it really you I'm seeing? Is there light behind the tree? Don't explain what you're not sure of. Sounds like a poem to me. If you think that life is certain, what you'll find is less than free. But if you're sure that you're not certain, you are farther by degree. In every moment there is knowledge, fleeing faster than eyes blink. But there's trail enough to follow, just allow yourself to think. Personalities assess you. Systems will try to test you. You'll be caught and trapped unless you step outside the shoes that fit into a pair that may look bigger until you find this pair is it. Then you wonder why the moment when doubt came creeping in, didn't know where we were going, but we knew where we had been. Do not allow yourself to relish in the comfort of the climb. A jagged rock could cause a stumble, then you falling back behind. Keep eyes focused on the future, and complaints, not more than 3. And no matter what you're hearing, it still sounds like a poem to me.
Fantastic. I tell you. Well, you know, in meditation involved with poetry, I think that's one of the key things, you know, with you coming up with words of that fits natural life.
Yes, yes. Yes, and I think that also because there's so many things you think about, and I'm always making a note to myself. I could be driving along at the red light. I have to pay attention, and I keep a pad and a pen next to my bed at night, because there's times when I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning with a thought or inspiration, and I'm
even experienced living.
Yes.
You know, it's so many things that on all levels.
Yes, that's
you
right.
know what I mean? Because these things happen, you know, and if you don't document it,
right.
If you don't, you forget about it,
and you lose that.
And
piece.
you lose it.
You lose that piece.
Right.
And so you don't want to do that. And so you try to hold on. I know people talk about journaling a lot. So a lot of people keep diaries or journals, and they do a lot of that. You know, for me, it's the poetry. So there's so much of myself.
So that gives you inspiration.
Inspiration.
That gives you inspiration to see something that's there that most people overlook.
Yes.
You know.
And sometimes you can walk past someone and they remind you of something that
Right,
happened, or
right.
you hear something they said, or and then it inspires you to jot something down and then develop it into a piece later. And so that's what has happened with the pieces in this book.
Hey, you've heard it here on the Ed Brown Show. We have Ollie Haynes. Fantastic. Ollie, congratulations.
Thank you so
and,
much.
And it fits so many things in life. And that part of it that you have in there about don't quit, that's really it. That's one of my favorites. I always tell, don't quit. You know,
Don't
things
quit.
may seem not like they used to be, but but you can change it if you don't quit.
That's right.
So I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for having me here.
We have to bring you back, when you're driving, you get a thought there, and you can tell us maybe how we can ourselves do better, and don't quit. It's easy to quit.
Well, we're all a work in progress, so we
Right.
can keep moving on it, keep moving
Okay.
and inspiring each other
Right.
along the way. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you. Congratulations. This has been Ed Brown. See you next time. Don't forget to vote. Gotcha.